Hello, everyone. We are once again in the Live Unspoken podcast, and today we have Oonamilla Itämetsä with us, and welcome to be with us in this new episode.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about you, so we know that you are a social media influencer. You may be doing something in that field. At least that's where I know you from.
Yeah, that's part of what I do. So I've been an influencer since 2013.
Wow. So 12 years.
That's a
Yeah,
long
An
time.
OG. I started when I was 13 in a little small town where no one did social media.
Where was that?
Ylajärvi.
Ah,
It's a small town next to Tampere. But yeah, I started there. And yeah, I've been doing social media ever since like 2017, 2020. It's been part of my job, and now it is still part of my job. But my like official work title, or where my degree is cultural management. So I'm a producer, so I'll also do a lot of production stuff, producing like events and TV shows I've done, and couple other things as well.
wow. Sounds
a
very
lot
interesting.
Of things, a lot of things.
Very interesting. I was going to say that what kind of social media channels did you start? Because 2013, it was also a little bit different. Did we have Instagram then?
We did. It was
Yeah.
really new, but we did have Instagram. And then you might remember We Heart It.
Yes.
Yes, it was like...
I feel like that was a very girly thing, right?
It was really, really girly, and
Yeah.
it was like pre-Pinterest. Then Pinterest and Tumblr came and kind of took it over that space.
So We Hearted, does it still exist?
I think it's now maybe deleted from the App Store.
Okay.
But
Pinterest
couple years
is still a
ago-
thing,
Yeah,
though.
Pinterest is, and I do use Pinterest
Okay.
on a daily basis. But We Heart It, I think, was still a thing a couple years ago.
Yeah, because I
yeah.
used to use that.
Yeah,
used to
I
use
loved
that.
it. But yeah, I used We Heart It and Instagram to start with.
Okay.
Interesting.
Is that where you like got your kind of follower base?
Yeah, from Instagram, surely. I have had the same account since I was 13, so it's easy. And We Heart It, I did actually not use my real name there, so it was not attached to me, because again, I was from a small town, and as well as like heavily bullied at school, so I was like, I'm not attaching my name to something I'm putting out there.
I see.
But yeah, I had quite a big following for that time in We Heart It.
It's interesting also because you were underage.
Yeah.
And you were having social media, which nowadays is not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
But then
But it happens a lot.
But in the beginning, there were no rules. You know,
Yeah.
there were no rules. Also, what you post or who is there. So your followers were also people of your own age,
Yeah,
or
I think so mostly.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember Instagram in the beginning. They were, of course, it's like the TikTok nowadays. Of course, younger people were there. You know, everybody was in Facebook. You know, and then it saw only change. Right.
So nowadays, I think I saw an article of you in Helsingin Sanomat, maybe,
Yeah.
about your mother.
I don't actually remember which article it was, but yeah.
Yeah,
there
about
has
your
been articles.
mother. So yeah, there's
Yeah.
been probably a lot of them.
Yeah.
That's true. But your mother married a woman
Yes.
after divorcing your biological father. Am I
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that
history, yeah.
part of your life.
Yeah. So my biological parents divorced when I was 8. And then my mother went to marry my now stepmom when I was 16. Oh no, they met when I was 16 and they married when I was 18.
Was gay marriage already legal then? What year was that?
They got married like a year after.
It became legal. Okay,
Yeah.
wonderful.
So when they met and started dating, it was still not legal for them to get married, which was crazy. But yeah, in 2018 they did get married.
How did you feel when your mom told you? I mean, had you known that she was also interested in women prior?
I don't think we really had that talk before then,
Okay.
but growing up, she would always tell me and my brother that we could bring whoever we want home, regardless of gender. But we didn't have really the chat about like, oh, do you like men? Do you like women? It was just like quite neutral.
Yeah.
And how she kind of came out to us, me and my brother, who is 2 years younger than I am, we were just like hanging at home, and I had this like a feeling for a bit of a time at that point that
Where did it stem from?
from my mom maybe being too close to one of her friends.
Oh.
And I went to my brother's room and I was like, do you have the similar feeling of there might be something going on between these two? And my brother was like, yes. I've been
Like-
waiting
like
for this
finally
one.
you brought this
Yeah, so
up.
it was not
Yes.
only you thinking,
Yeah.
you know,
and then-
dirty or something
No,
like
no,
that.
no.
Yeah.
And then our mother like sat us down a couple of weeks later or something like that, and she was like, I have something to tell you. And my brother was just like,
We know.
we know, just like just
Aye.
Do you think we're
please say
stupid?
it. And mom was like, how do you know? And my brother was like, he was so almost like relieved and annoyed at the same time, like, it's so obvious, just like
Yeah.
like please tell us.
Yeah.
So it wasn't anything like
Dramatic or
it
bad
wasn't-
or
it
anything
was
like
just
that?
annoying that she thought that we didn't know
Yeah.
mostly. And yeah, I'm also bisexual myself. So is my mother. So is my stepmom. And I also didn't really come out to my mom in the same way.
Wait a second. So when your mom came out to you, how
Yeah.
old were you?
16.
And when did you come out as bisexual?
That's the thing. I really didn't.
Okay.
It was kind of like my mom says that she has always known since I was a baby that I also
Okay.
like girls. She does not elaborate as to how she knows this, and I would still really want to know as like what the
Yeah.
signs were.
Yeah.
Especially in a small kid, basically.
Don't know. Well, I guess like usually you assume that your daughters like boys from a really young age. So
Yeah.
I think it might
Or
be
like to
something
play
like
with
that.
different toys or
Maybe,
this kind of
yeah.
or
Like
colors,
really-
you know, something.
Because obviously you're also, like knowing you, you're very feminine.
Yes, exactly. Like I've never been like a tomboy growing up. Like I would, a lot of my like, the children around me growing up were boys, but
Yeah.
I would play with them with like, running in the forest and stuff. But I would be wearing like a princess dress. So I've always been like really feminine
yeah,
growing
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. But after a couple of years, we had the chat with my mom, being like, "So, who came out first? Who do you think?" And we were like, "Yeah, no idea, because neither of us really came out to each other. It was just like she was dating a girl, and I just like girls." So
Yeah.
So for her, it was like totally a natural thing.
Yeah.
Right?
It was just like normal kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Like, okay. Just
in
like,
the same way that I like when I introduced my first like ex-girlfriend to them, it was just like, "Oh, you are dating someone, great."
So it was just
Yeah.
like as if you're dating a man or
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. That must be a very rare thing to this day.
Yeah.
I would think, because
It
every time I
is.
hear of people that belong to the LGBTQ community, I feel like it's very rare to hear a coming out story that was only positive.
Yeah. Well, I have my negative side as well, but it's been a huge privilege to have mothers who support me in what I do, and also a lot of my friends are part of the LGBTQ plus community in some way or another. So my moms have been able to be like the gay or like rainbow role models for a lot of other young people as well. They've helped a lot of my friends come out to their parents who were not as accepting. My mom has been on a phone call with a couple of my friends' parents, and for a lot of people, my moms are the first like gay role models, like adult role models, rather than like teenagers or like
Yeah.
younger people.
I really like that you are sharing about this, you
Yeah.
know, because many people only see people who are from the LGBT community as just like, you want to just be different or, you know, expose your sexuality or something like that. And I personally believe that it's more than that. It's
Yeah.
more than that, you know, it's a way of life. It's also an identity, you know, it's something that not everybody shares, You know, it's different. You need to have your own identity into that. I believe also that about also the human rights, you know, that people, you know, try to fight for their space, for their respect as well, you know. It's a big social fight, I will say like this.
And to this day.
Until this
To
day,
this day.
yes. And I've been personally myself also involved in different campaigns, you know, social campaigns where we try to expose that love is love. It's so important to based on that, and also like how important is to respect. You know, until these days, so many people suffer, you know, discrimination. Until these days, so many problems around that, you know, stigma, what is to be, you know, sexual accepted in this world. I think we shouldn't have this. We are in 2025, and we still are talking about this.
Yeah.
But it's so good to have somebody like, you know, your mom who has
Especially
been...
who is like an older
Exactly.
person,
Older
you know?
generation.
Exactly.
And then, you know, but you said that talking to other parents.
Yeah.
That's like, that's really, that's the work, you know, that's the work that people should have, like somebody who really share, hey, you know, there's nothing to fear. If your son or daughter, you know, have this situation, you know,
Yeah.
it's really great to hear that.
And that's also why I do it, why I like to share my story, which in part includes my moms being together. Because to this day, it's not normal. It's not normal to have two moms or two dads or to be something else than straight. You always have to like come out every time you talk about your partner if it's not like a like straight relationship.
Yes.
basically. And even in like TV, if there is like a gay couple in a movie or something like that, or God forbid in a children's TV show or movie, everyone is like, oh, they are pushing this propaganda.
Yeah, promoting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, I've been watching Boys Kiss Girls in like Disney movies since I was a baby. It did not change me in any way. I still like girls. I have a 3-year-old baby sister. She's not gonna like turn gay just because we watch.
I was actually, so this little sister is of your mother.
Yeah, so my biological mom is mamma in Finnish, and then my stepmom is äiti. So mama and mom, kinda. So Mama is my biological mother, and my sister's biological mother is mom.
Okay, but they had them kind of together, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Both of my moms are the mom of the baby.
So have
Right,
you?
right.
So exactly that. I feel like that's such a good, because I feel like a lot of the argument you hear is, oh, as an LGBTQ, you can't have biological babies, right? Or you can't have the normal idea of a family. But when you look at them, for example, like, does that really even look any different to heteronormative family, other than obviously the child not being the biological child of the other woman?
In a way, yes, because there is obviously a lot of different ways a gay couple can have a child. In Finland, for example, surrogacy is not legal, so that's off the table, which makes it harder for gay men together have a child without any women involvement. Gay, like female couples can do like IVF and go through that, but then there is another form which in Finnish is called apilaperheet, which translates to clover families.
Clover family.
I've never heard of this actually.
Most people haven't. So clover family is usually either like 2 moms, 1 dad, 2 dads, 2 mom, or 2 dads, 1 mom.
Okay.
So
like a three
persons
three or
involved.
three.
4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for example, my baby sister has 2 moms and biological dad.
Okay, and she keeps contact with all of them. Okay.
She kind of like a child of divorce. She goes like back and forth between 2 homes, and her dad now also has a boyfriend, so he has a stepdad.
Okay, so she kind of has 4 parents.
Yeah, she has 4 parents, like 2
That's-
dads and 2 moms.
4 times the amount of love.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Very nice Christmas, my get this kid. But I will have to say also that is sincerely, for many people might be confusing,
Yeah.
especially for the traditional thinking, right?
Yeah.
That you know,
Or,
there's-
or older generation.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, the traditional thinking of, you know, like we have a man, we have a woman, and that's the way how it should be. This is what many people think. I know a lot of younger people, like maybe younger than me or in the same age, that they will not accept this.
Yeah.
They will
and
be
that's fine.
against, or they will be criticizing, like, oh, why you have to do all this mess, and you know, all that. And in the end, I think is where are we going? This is the biggest question. Are we normalizing this situation? Because I know many people might live in this, you know, in this status of life, you know, that they're in these changes, but then like how normal do they feel? Do they feel fine, or they are always hiding? What is your opinion about this?
Well, I think it's still quite rare. It's like a new form of family that's just coming up. But I think most of the maybe more conservative people who say like, oh, a child should have a mother and a father. My sister has a mother and a father. She also has another mother and a stepfather.
Just like most divorce.
Yeah, people
Yeah,
would have
exactly.
instead of them being mother and a father, it's mom and dad and dad. And even if she were to have no dads or no moms and just two dads or two moms, it's still she has two loving parents,
Exactly.
which is amazing.
Which is
Yes.
more important than what gender those people that
Yeah.
love the kid are.
Yeah.
I feel.
I always feel that the stigmatized, you know, what people get stigmatized by being, you know, and the LGTB, you know, community or with the different, you know, sexual identity, that is something that many people suffer. And this is also how long are we going to run with this? This is something nobody can answer. Of course not. It's so different from every, you know, continent. People also who has more religious backgrounds, they are more conservative in that way. They see it, you know, as a attack to the society. It's very, very horrible how it looks sometimes. Talking from my background, you know, from coming from the Americas, American countries, South American countries, of course, people are very religious, you know, very Catholic and, you know, conservative in that way. But still, that doesn't, you know, delete the thing that there is people having LGTB identities and they are hidden there somewhere. They are trying to fake, you know, marriages. They are trying to fake that, oh, we are just normal
A
here.
lavender marriage.
Exactly.
And this is actually one of my favorite topics because I come from a Russian background. You know, my mom's family's from there. And sometimes speaking to the locals, or like, for example, my uncle who has very, very, you know, straight up, I would say homophobic views. Very traditional, you know, woman, man, nothing else is natural to him. And his argument is always like, there's no gays in Russia.
Sure.
Yeah, who will
My
believe
sweetheart.
that?
My sweetheart. And then you go and look at, like, dude, I wish we could just, like, put pictures on the screen of, like, the most famous male artists in Russia. You cannot tell me those men are straight. Like, I'm sorry. You're not supposed to, you know, assume sexuality, but you can assume to some point.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's like, they are everywhere, you want it or not.
Yeah, yeah, and I think there always has been.
And
then-
and to me, like, also there is the argument like, oh, it's not natural. Then why are there like animals in the
penguins.
wild that are gay? Why is one of my guinea pigs? I'm 100% sure that he likes men. Like, honestly.
Yeah, and for example, penguins are documented to be gay sometimes. And chickens can transition.
Parrots also.
Yeah, transition. If the rooster of the pack dies or something happens to him, a chicken can assume the physical traits of a rooster to have the
Interesting.
So it becomes like a trans
rooster.
rooster.
Interesting. Interesting.
That's
I
that's
haven't
something
heard
I've
that.
never heard of.
Yeah.
A trans rooster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is moving on with this? Like, how is it for you, for example, when you talk about your own, you know, experiences or your own? How do you meet people? How is your presentation? How you introduce yourself when you meet somebody? You know, is it like
Do you mean like me going on like, hey, my name is Oonamilla, I have 2 moms, or
yeah, I mean,
Hi, I'm Oonamilla. I'm bisexual. By the
yeah,
way.
this is. I mean, sorry. I mean, I'm asking this stupid question because a lot of people always is like, you know, straight away. I don't know why, but you know, it feels sometimes somebody is gay, for example, and then it's like straight away they're like, hi, I'm gay. You know, it's like I don't need to know that. You know, some people don't need to know that
But
as well.
has that ever happened to you?
Yes, it has happened. And then it's sometimes like I feel like, hey, good to know and good to meet you, but you know, it's fine. But you know, you don't need to introduce them that way to
well,
you.
I think there is multiple reasons why people might lead with their identity. One being that they probably might be or might have been in the closet for a long, long time, and they're really proud of the identity because now they can be open about it.
Right.
One reason a girl specifically might introduce themselves as liking women to a man might be to be like, I'm not interested in you and you creep me out and I don't want to like
That
you
makes
getting ideas.
sense.
So like, hi, I like girls.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
I think there's a couple reasons. I can think of a couple more as well. But yeah, I never go and like introduce myself as bisexual or anything. But that is something that's part of my story, and I don't also hide it. So I might say something like, again, when I was with my ex-girlfriend, we used to, or something like that, where it's I'm coming out at that point. And my moms have to do it like on a daily basis, basically being like, "Oh, what does your husband do?" And then they will reply like, "No, actually, my wife does this," or something like that. So
That's the point that breaks this silence to get to know.
Coming out is like, for them especially, it's a daily thing.
Yeah.
For me, it's not a daily thing because I currently do not have a female partner, so I don't have to come out on a daily basis. But yes, have I came out to a man who was coming on to me? Yes. Does it always work? No.
I feel like that does make sense. Though.
Usually it works better if you say you have a boyfriend because again, sometimes when you come out to a man, they will go, "Oh, but I would like to watch you kiss. Would you two like to kiss?"
Yeah, dirty folks. But I have to tell this that because I had also one friend who we discussed. She's also LGTB, you know, from that identity, and she was explaining me that many times she was with her girlfriend, and then a couple of guys, you know, in the club or in the bar or something, they hit on them. They think, they are friends, and you know, they come, they approach them, and then they are like, "Oh, so should we do something?" And then they are like, "No, we are couple, you know, we are a couple here." And then they are like, "Oh, can we have a foursome?
Yeah,
Can you
that
girls
happens a
kiss?
lot.
We want to see that." It's
Yeah.
excited, and it's like she said that it's so horrible because that happens quite often, and she also said that when it will be two gay men, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, because the society is catered towards men. So if there is gay men, they already like each other. That's amazing. If there is a straight relationship, it involves a girl liking a man. If there is two girls liking each other, there is no man involved. So men feel threatened, and
Or
then they're
left
like,
out.
yeah, and they're like, "I want to insert myself here," and then they try to
They want to be
force
in
it.
the middle.
Like, yeah, but like, please just.
They want to be in the middle of the
Yeah.
sandwich.
Please, like we need a man in this. Oh
Well,
my
but I
God.
mean, it's really. Thank you for explaining this
Yeah.
because really, as a man, sometimes I think we are stupid, and then it really like, and these kind of things like sometimes men are so center attention of this
Yeah.
stuff, and then it's like indirectly we may think that we should be included in something, and it happens to
Yeah.
many men.
And because the whole history of the world, men have been the center of everything.
Everything.
Center of society, of politics, of
Relationships.
everything, religion. And it's not been for like maybe 100 years for when women have been introduced to the equation, or people of color have been introduced to the equation, or other religions. So basically the stereotypical like white, cis, straight Christian man is kind of like feeling maybe a little bit threatened because his position is now threatened, when in reality he's not just like the only option anymore. There's
And
like
also,
other
why
options.
would a man want to be with a lesbian woman? Like,
they want to turn her straight.
oh, okay,
because
okay. They want to fix her.
Yeah, they want
Okay.
to like prove that she cannot be a lesbian because they just haven't gotten like good enough.
Attention from a man.
Yeah.
Not only attention, but I mean, I think
Yeah.
many men has this fetish idea that they can turn to the woman because they didn't have the right sex with the man, or they
Yeah.
were not, you know, taking care well. I will say in
Oh
this
my
way. I will say other
God.
words, but I would not use them. But you know,
Yeah.
this is an idea that many men has this fetish.
Yeah.
You know, think like
And basically every time I like come out on social media, basically meaning that I in some way imply that I'm not straight, like let's say there's a pride parade and I'm there, or anything like that, I always get at least one man in my DMs being like, either I can turn you straight, or then there is the other, like, I like, let's put it this way, I've gotten rape fantasies of men being like, I can show you guys after, but like fantasies of men being like, this is what I would do to you, and after that you would be straight. Like you're not ruined yet. I can save you. You can still be a good wife to a man. But if you continue this road, no man will have you. And like,
what? This
Yeah.
is crazy. I mean, you know, like you don't need to. You know,
Yeah.
this is the thing that is your own choice. I mean, in the end,
But
And how does it bother them? Like,
yeah,
at the end of the day.
yeah,
I think it's a fetish.
right.
They're just like,
Definitely,
yeah,
definitely
they're
sounds
just
like that. There's
they
a wish
get
to do
off on
this. There's
that,
a wish.
I'm
It's a
sure.
wish to do this, right? Or accomplish that. I
Yeah,
made
but
this
I-
woman
I-
a woman again, or
Exactly.
something like this.
But I think if I would be like present myself in a masculine way,
I was just gonna
Yeah.
say that it
I
would be
don't-
different,
yeah,
right?
I don't think I would get those messages, but because I look like, I hear quite a lot that I don't look gay. I look straight. People don't believe me. People don't believe that I like girls because I look like this. But I
Because
think
you're too girly.
yeah, but I think if I were to present myself in a masculine way, people would believe it and leave me alone, basically. But
I
I'm
have-
not
So I
about
think you have
change
to you have
myself.
to like cut your hair
Yeah.
Yeah.
and do stuff like that.
Yeah.
I have to say that personal experience. I have met friends, of course. I have met people who look very, ladies who look very feminine. They are lesbians, and then bi or lesbians, so to say. And then, of course, those who look more maley, look. But then again, it's like, it's just like, I think there's no difference how they behave. They behave the same way, girly or not, or more macho maybe attitude. Probably the attitude is different. But then again, also I have met people who look, shave their hair and stuff like that. And then they are pride to be, they have their pride to be, also lesbian, but also be, rocker or something like that. So I think the look is just one thing. It's
Yeah.
just your attitude, how you behave, and everything has a lot to do because your body also talks, So I also have seen that kind of women that shave their head, and you are like, oh my gosh, she looks beautiful. Many men think that is not, but then I have met those punk rock girls who are like shaving
And
their head.
also straight women who does that.
Yeah.
Like I don't think it needs to be like a sign of anything.
Yeah, no.
Exactly.
And also would like to remind that if a gay woman, let's say, shaves her head or just dresses in like some masculine way or something like that, that's not for the male gaze. That's not for a man to find her attractive. Again, I also don't think anyone needs to or is dressing up in any way to a man to find her attractive to begin with. That's just something that happens. But especially like a masculine presenting woman who likes women, she's not doing that to be attractive to men. If a man finds her attractive still, that's great, but that's nothing to do with it.
Right. So let's go forward with this idea of when you meet somebody, you know, and your identity, of course, it has to be, of course, exposed, right? And then you have had dates, probably. You have had this situation where you have to, you know, approach or you get approached, right? But then how has it been this be? Have you had dates with men? Do you have had dates with women?
Or how have they?
Yeah.
How have they reacted to hearing you being bi? Has it been always positive? Is there any downsides?
Well, first of all, I wouldn't say it's exposing my identity. It's just something that is about me. It's the same type of thing that you're on a date and you tell something about your ex, regardless of a gender or like anything about you yourself. It's not exposing anything. It's not like it's not a big thing to me. It's just part of my my story and my identity. But most of the time, so I have both ex-girlfriends and ex-boyfriends. So I've dated both. Usually women they kind of assume to begin with that I'm bisexual.
Okay. They assume it. Like,
Yeah, well, I think it's mostly because I am a feminine presenting woman. So it's maybe normal-ish that I would like men as well. So I think women
Oh,
usually,
when you meet women, they
Yeah.
assume that you're
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
Right.
if I meet a woman for a date, she will probably assume that I'm bisexual.
But if you meet a man,
If
they
I
assume
meet-
you're straight.
yes.
Yeah.
And that's when I do have to come out, and I try to do that within the first day at some point. Be like something about my like ex-girlfriend or going to a pride parade or something like so in some way like bring it up, just because I also want to see how he reacts to it, because some men get too excited. Some people are
Like
just
in a weird way.
in a weird way,
Okay.
being like, I just had a date like a couple of months ago, and the guy was like, so you said you were monogamous before, but like, if we were to date, would you like I would like to watch maybe? And I was like, no, I am monogamous, which means I'm not kissing anyone but the person that I'm dating.
Yeah.
And it was like, no, but I wouldn't, like, I don't think that's cheating. Like,
they always
Yeah,
try.
as if he's like being nice to you and I'm gonna give you this permission.
yeah, first of all, if you don't think that's cheating, it's because you don't think a gay relationship is as real as a straight one.
Yeah, that
to
I was
begin
going
with.
to say,
That's
yes.
problematic
Yeah.
to begin with. Also, I don't need to be part of your fetishes. Like, I'm not going to like entertain that. It's not something for me. Some girls somewhere might like that. It's not for me. I'm monogamous. Or then people, usually men, have a lot of questions about like my history, and they want to know and want to understand. But my favorite men are the ones that are like, okay, yeah. So, and just go on. It's just a normal thing for them.
So they don't even
okay.
pay attention.
They do pay attention. They like note it, and they're like, okay, so your ex-girlfriend and then your ex-boyfriend did this. All right, okay.
Yeah, but there's
got it.
nothing like
And just going forward. I'm like, I like you. I like you. That's such a
They
good
just
one.
take it as it
we
is.
love you,
Yeah.
men like that.
Yes, I love everyone like that.
I had to
regardless of
tell
gender.
this, like, you know, like I used to, well, a long time ago, I used to date a girl from Germany, and then once we were in a trip somewhere in a pub, and then suddenly, you know, walk out a girl, and then came directly to her. And it was like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. I leave you here the number of my hotel room, and please come and visit me if you want. In front of my face. You know, we were sitting, you know, in the bar. And then I was like, what? I was completely shocked myself. The girl went directly to her, you know, to approach her. And then she was like, well, she did reply nicely, you know, thank you, but, you know, thank you, but no thank you. You know, we are here, blah, blah. But that happened to many women also.
It has happened to me plenty of times.
Yes.
When I've been with a woman, even if we're like holding hands, kissing publicly, people will just assume that we are friends. Or they will come up to us and be like, you want to come spend a night with me? I'm like, so I'm here with my girlfriend, so I'm not gonna do that, and I'm not interested to begin with. And then they will be like, oh, but your girlfriend can come as well. Like, we can.
So they just want to like do their threesome fantasy with you guys.
Yeah,
I
basically.
mean,
Or then they're like, oh, there's a silver lining. Like, I can get 2 girls.
I mean, naughty, right? It's
Yeah.
always the thing, like, you know, like this is what we have, what we
Yeah.
have, right? That's what happens. But also, like, when I have experienced that, I felt like disrespected, 100%.
So
Honestly.
I tell you,
uncomfortable.
I was so like, what the hell are you? This is my girlfriend. You do not do that. You know, it's like that. But then also, like, in the other way, I
Yeah.
guess you feel the same.
Yeah.
100%.
But also, like,
understand.
imagine a man had done that to your girlfriend. Like, imagine a man had come up to a girlfriend and be like, "Oh, here's my number." Like, that would have been a huge
What
fight.
exactly? What is the reaction? Is a punch in the face?
Yeah.
You know, or what? You know, that's what I mean.
Yeah, but as a woman, well, first of all, I don't think anyone should punch anyone to a face.
No violence in
No
here.
violence.
I
here.
gave an example of what
Well, but yeah, I
drunk
know,
men will
actually,
do, right?
And not even drunk men. When I came out to my brother, who's like 2 years younger than I am, he looked at me and was like, "Fuck." I was like, "What?" And was like, "I can't punch a girl." And then I had to be like,
So funny.
okay, first of all, let's not punch anyone. Second of all, thanks, I guess.
I guess.
but
I mean,
let's-
at least he loves you, right?
Yeah, he does. But yeah, let's not
Yeah.
punch anyone.
I really, I mean, well, I don't want to. Yeah, this is nice. I mean, it's nice that you explain these things because that I have experienced that kind of threatening, which is not nice, also, but also the disrespect. You know what people receive. I guess is not also something you want to receive every day.
Yeah, no, definitely not. But it happens quite a lot if
Yeah.
you are like a woman with a woman. And a lot of my friends are in those type of relationships, and obviously my parents are. And yeah, I know that they face those kind of interactions on a daily basis.
Just like an everyday thing for.
They're more feminine, the people more so. But when
Mm-hmm.
I have one couple of both being girls, but both are more in the like femme butch or more masculine side,
Okay.
they get quite a lot less of those kind of interactions because people are like, okay, those two are clear together. They are like mask enough.
They have
that
the
it makes sense.
stereotypical look
Yeah.
of a lesbian, yeah.
Yeah, so
Or gay.
they get left alone. But then like friends that are more feminine presenting, which we have a couple mutual
Actually, yes.
friends like that as well, that I know that they get more of those kind of
Yeah,
interactions.
yeah.
Well, one thing I wanted to know also about it is the fun part about it. We talk about this serious thing, but also like the fun part about it. How different is to date a man and how different is to date a woman? Is there a huge difference?
Well, how different is it to date your ex and the one before that?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's a good
Every
question.
person is different. Every relationship is a different one. I don't think the gender divides the experience. It's more like the individuals that divide it.
Would it be still like a sexual difference for sure, right?
Yeah.
So is that like the biggest, would you
Yeah.
say?
Yeah, but it's kind of like, do you like sour food or like sweet food better? I happen to like both. They are different, but I like both. Some people just like sweet foods and some people just like sour foods. And I just like both. They taste different. Both are still delicious.
So when you make a smoothie in that way, I will say like this. So if you compare like to be with a man, to be with a woman in that way, you know, what works better for you in that experience? Because some women said that men are so simple. We have had some guests that were talking about this, that men are so simple, you know, so easy to deal with them. But then I guess also women had another perspective. You know,
And I feel like a lot of
relationship.
girls are, when they're sick of men, they just joke about like, oh, I'm going to turn to women because I feel like they're so much easier.
I joke about that when I've been on a bad day with a man because well, one of the maybe biggest differences between dating women and men, usually I share my values with women better. So I more likely is that I have to go through like really like annoying conversations for things that are really like obvious to me about like equality or equity or my family or something like that.
Political views?
With men, but with women we're usually just like, yeah, we see each other. But other than that, it's to me it's not like a preference of, oh, I like men because of this better or women because of this better. It's just that the experiences are different.
Do you feel that, I mean, and I will say this very simple way. Is it nicer to kiss a woman or is it nicer to kiss a man? These are things that people think about
Is it nicer to kiss your ex or the ex before that?
Exactly.
They are different people.
Different people.
And the experience, you probably liked kissing both, but probably they kissed in a different way from each other. So probably you liked them. Maybe you liked one bit more than the other. Or
I mean, hopefully you like the current one better.
Yeah, exactly. There's like, and again with the like, other is sour, other is sweet. Like, I like both equally. There is no like, oh, I like kissing girls better or I like kissing men better because I am bisexual. The literal definition of that is I like men and women
Equally.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and I'm asking like this, sorry, not to annoy you, but it's just like because many people think about this.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people have this in their mind when they are like, listen, she's bi. So what does she like most, you know?
Yeah,
and then
bisexuality isn't like a fit all. Like not for everyone is it like 50-50. Like exactly, it might be 70-30 or 90-10. It's still all valid. And for most bisexual people, I think that it kind of comes and goes. So today I might be 70-30 and tomorrow it might be 50-50. So it depends on a day.
Yeah.
And changes throughout your life probably.
Yeah, in the same way again that you might be like, okay, today I'm craving something sweet and tomorrow you are craving something sour. It's just like both are good options, but you don't
want to pick one or the other. Okay.
I don't need to pick.
I have I'm very interested because I know that your family comes from quite a religious background. Am I right? How is that? Does it clash with the sexuality of you and your mother and that, religious background of your family? What is the relationship between the two?
Yeah. So my extended family especially is really, really religious towards Christianity.
Okay, so are they like Lutherans?
Yeah.
Okay.
But in the like maybe, well, there is a lot of different sides of maybe the Lutheran faith. So, for example, both the parents of my moms are really loving and accepting. My grandma from that side is one of the closest people that I have in my life, and she's the most like love is love person ever. I think she's the first person that.
But they are also religious.
They are.
Sorry.
No. Yeah, she's probably the person that I came out first, maybe when I was in like 12 or 13 or something. My grandma, and they are Christian, they are religious, they go to church every Sunday, but they are more of the, like, you can't judge love type of, like...
More liberal.
Yeah, more liberal for sure. Then there is the middle part of some of because I have my mom's parents, so my grandparents there, my stepmom's parents, so my grandparents there, and then my biological father's parents, so I have a lot of grandparents. Then I have the middle ground grandparents, which are like, they took some time to get used to the idea of my mom's getting married or me being bisexual, but they're totally fine with it now, and they just needed to understand. And then there is the furthest right corner, where a lot of my family from my biological father's side fits into, that I'm not really in contact with, that are really, really conservative Christians.
Okay, so that's the most conservative side of your
definitely.
family. Okay.
And on that side, I know fully that I'm not accepted
Okay.
as the person that I am. My parents are not accepted. When my baby sister was being born and they knew about it, they straight up told me like she's born from the devil and a devil's
That's
child.
horrible.
Yeah,
To say that about a
That's
child.
horrible.
unborn child.
That's
with,
horrible.
yeah.
That's horrible, really.
And actually, one of my ex-girlfriends came out to them for me without my permission, which was really, really toxic relationship in itself. She did a lot of other really toxic shit as well. But one of the things was that she came out to them without my permission.
That's not nice.
Nope. And I got a really long, like a sermon about like stay in the God's path and we don't want you to go to hell and stuff like that. And then a couple years later, I was dating my ex-boyfriend, and by a random luck of things, they happened to meet him like 2 months into us dating. I was doing theater, and they surprised me by coming to the opening night without me knowing. And my then boyfriend happened to be there because he was supporting me. And after the play was over, they took us for a drive and they snapped a picture of us together. And I didn't think anything about it, but a couple months later I went to visit them and they had framed the picture of me and my boyfriend of maybe 3 months at that point.
Okay.
Because they were so relieved that I found myself a man.
Oh my God.
And I didn't tell them that I broke up with said man before, like, it took me like 6 months.
So they thought you were like saved.
Yeah, basically.
Saved by the man.
Yeah, and he was an atheist, but for them, he was like a good Christian boy because he would come to the church with them if they asked him or anything. So he was like, you found a good Christian boy on your side. I was like,
Well,
sure, let's go with that
yeah,
one.
I oh my God, this is well, I'm so sorry to hear this, but I mean also like, you know, I think these experiences that you're sharing are also probably many people can relate to that.
Exactly.
I believe in around the world is similar as I know. I was just thinking like what love in general means, and then you know sometimes when we get in love with somebody, it doesn't mean flesh only. And then this is what you are talking about, right? So, you know, like many times when I fell in love with somebody, it was about their soul. And I really believe that. Sometimes was their intelligence, their soul, their kindness, something that it doesn't need to be their body. You know, it doesn't need to be their flesh. And this is also what I have understood in the end with love is love. This is the biggest, you know, slogan that you can say. Love is love. Because love is not about outside. It's something
Or
more.
it's not only about what's on outside. I
Yeah.
obviously think that being attracted to your partner or someone is a big part of the equation, but it's not the whole thing of it.
Yeah. Once I heard also one ex-girlfriend that said to me, I fell in love with this guy because he was bald. I got in love with his baldness. And I was like, really? I mean, like, you know, things like these.
But I
people
also
have
feel
these
like
kind of things.
having physical preferences is also very fine.
Yeah, it
like
is.
Yeah, it's not a problem, of course.
It does sound funny, like to
It
be
is.
attracted to only.
Yeah.
I'm sure not only, but you know
Yeah.
that being the start of the falling in
The
love.
magnet.
Yeah.
Or you fall in love with somebody because their nose or because their eyes. I mean, the most common that we hear is your eyes and, you know, this kind of stuff. But then there's funny features that people may feel, oh, my God, I like this. I don't know why.
Yeah, but I think that's quite normal to usually you first find someone attractive and then get to know them, especially on dating apps. But even if you are, let's say, in a bar and you're not going to be like, I bet that person has the greatest soul ever.
Exactly.
You're gonna be like, I like that person. That person looks nice. I'm gonna go up to her and like
I
feel
agree.
how. If we
In the
vibe.
bar at 2 a.m., maybe
Yeah.
not. But
Yeah.
No, but honestly, for me, always looks have been very important. Like I'm gonna say that honestly, but it's mostly for that reason that for me to meet them, for me to have that initial interest, there has to be some kind of a
I'm the same.
physical attraction. Then when it comes to like actually dating, obviously their soul may be shit. And at that point the looks don't matter. They're shit. I'm not gonna date them. But if the soul matches the looks, you know.
Yeah, I have to say also from my own personal experience, I dated 2 women that they were bi. And I have to tell that I felt no difference. There was the same for me as a man, you know, I didn't feel any difference. I didn't distrust them or anything like that. I think they was completely the same as any other girl I met in my life. You know, they were nice, pure, whatever you want to call it. You know, they were humans, and in that category, I will say like this. So I think people have a lot of fetish ideas about what you are.
A lot of assumptions, like you just said, like I didn't distrust them any difference, which usually tells that there is the thought behind that because someone is bisexual, they are more likely to cheat. Which is like if someone is going to cheat, they are going to cheat regardless of their sexual orientation. But bisexual people are not any more likely to cheat. Yeah. It's I kind of think of it like everyone has like a pond with like 100 fish on it, and you have the same 100 fish on your pond, you and me. You just I'm assuming that you're both straight. Yeah.
We are, yeah.
Yeah. Your pool is only all the 100 fish are men.
Yeah.
And for you, all the 100 fish are women. For me, it's 50-50. But it's the same amount of fish in the pond.
Yeah.
And I only take out one fish at a time. I don't like try to get my pool empty, which is the case for most people. So it doesn't change the amount of people that I'm attracted to. It's just the gender is different.
Yeah, you put it very nicely. I think that explanation is clear. I just want to know, like, have you dated somebody also who is bisexual?
Yeah, I have dated both women and men who are bisexual.
Okay. Yeah. But I love that you came here on our show to talk about your experience, because I'm so sure that it's not only going to help other people in the LGBTQ community, but also maybe parents of people that are in that community, and maybe even some older people that have not had the strength yet to come out. Obviously your mothers were not on this show with us today, but I feel like hearing about them, how their life has went, is a very nice example of you know, the normalcy that it is today.
And it's just like, for me, it's a normal family as any other. I just happen to have 2 moms.
Yeah.
But it's not any different from that.
Yeah.
What would be your one like tip to a parent of someone in the LGBTQ community that maybe hasn't been able to come fully to terms with that?
I think just to know that your child is the same child you've always loved, regardless of who they love.
Yeah.
And like there is so many examples of children no longer having parents because the parents did not accept them, or not having grandparents, or not having siblings or aunts or aunties or anything like, or
a family.
And they will find the chosen family. They will find new aunties or friends or things like that, and you will not be a grandmother or grandfather to their children if you're not a mother and a father for them first. So if you want to stay in their life, just love them. You don't have to know everything. You can ask. There's a lot of resources online to ask more things. That you don't have to necessarily ask everything from your child. There is also like support groups for rainbow families and the loved ones of rainbow families.
Yes.
So just learn.
Yes.
Go, like, for example, I told you about the spectrum of the really conservative grandparents to really liberal, and then the middle ones. A grandmother who is in the middle parts, I was actually with my girlfriend at the time. We went to a church. It was like a rainbow mass, so a church church service for like LGBTQ plus people. And I was there with my then girlfriend, and we were a bit late actually because we were drinking with my stepmom before then. But yeah, we went to church, and I was just like looking around, let's see if anyone I know is here, and I saw my grandmother sitting in the last pew, but all by herself. She normally does not. It was in the like center of Tampere, and she doesn't live in the center of Tampere, so she doesn't really go there that much. And I was like, is it my grandmother? And we went there, and it was. And the only thing she said to me during the service was, "I just want to understand. I just want to understand."
Yeah.
And that was her way to come to a service for, or not even for, but a service that's safe for LGBTQ.
A safe space, and this
that
is
must
very.
have meant a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
I cried.
No,
it was a big deal.
It's a very important, and I also want to say this as a father, you know, because I think everybody when they have children, they always think about this situation that your child may be coming in one day and tell you, you know, I am this. This is my identity. I feel like that, and I think most of people who are becoming parents, some of them are afraid of this. Some are not, you know, prepared. I will say this, but then also like some are really open-minded, and I think I also experience myself. I think about like a father, you know, that my kids are still small, but then if one day one of them will come and tell me, you know, hey, Dad, you know, I like boys. It will be fine. It will be completely. You just said it. I mean, they are your kids. They are your, you know, love, family. That's what you should give, love.
Yeah, exactly. And you never know. Like, your child having a same-sex partner might open you to a whole new world of things and whole new world of beauty and love. And one of my favorite things, for example, in like pride parades, there is a lot of parents of children who
I've
are
seen
LGBTQ, and they have signs that say free mom hugs, free dad hugs, free brother hugs, free sister hugs, because there are so many people on those parades who don't have their fathers and mothers or sisters or anything in their lives. So like if you are like open and loving towards your child who might be gay or trans or whatever, you might also be able to then go to their like safe space and offer that love and safeness to someone else.
Others, yeah.
And there's always like huge lines to those people offering mom and dad hugs, or
That's so cute.
I see them like every year more and more, because it's so needed in those spaces.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's something that I would definitely like tell everyone to do.
yeah.
Go to go to pride parades wearing a sign of free something, free brother,
And even
free
if you're
mother
not
hugs.
yourself
Yeah.
a part of the community.
Yeah, exactly. Just like go and offer love and support, because that's
It means
so
a lot.
needed.
Yeah.
Thank you for this. Thank you for sharing this. I hope people also follow you, you know, to
Yeah,
know
of course.
more about it
Yeah,
and
what's
your experiences.
social media? You can say it.
So it's easy because my name Oonamilla is completely unique. So my @ is Oonamilla everywhere.
Okay, so follow her there.
Yes.
But yeah, it was super nice to have you here
Thank you
telling
for
your
having me.
story. As I said, I'm sure, and I hope it has helped some of our listeners that maybe in a, maybe they are a parent of someone in the LGBTQ community. Maybe they are in the community themselves. And I think this was a very important episode for us to have. So thank you.
Thank
Yes,
you.
and greetings to all the LGTB community that listen this, or they know somebody you can share this episode. I'm really glad to have you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And the love is love.
Yes.
Love is love.
Love is love.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.